Okay, so this is gonna be like a explanation for my like little preschool tier list because I actually tried doing this like before, but it cut off when I was halfway through Thomas for some reason. So I'm so I'm trying it again because trying my explanations again because expect my expect a lot of stuttering once I get past Thomas. Okay, Paw Patrol. Well, it's what got me into my preschool phase, so it's pretty much like the this is completely biased. Like the Paw Patrol one's completely biased. It has like a lot of oh wait, the stuttering starting already. Never mind. Anyway, it has a lot of like cute songs. The characters are adorable. I like the plots. The only real criticism I would give Paw Patrol is the fact that as the series went on, it got a little I guess it got a little blander as it went on because like they started resorting to like superheroes and dinosaurs, and while I don't have a problem with that, a lot of people might. So, but it's still my personal favorite just because yeah, this is completely biased. I'm sorry, but anyway, both Zaboomafoo and Wild Kratts are about the same. Yeah, I put them together because I grew up on both of them. Wild Kratts not as much, but they were both shows I grew up with, so they both get the awesome spot. Oh, by the way, these aren't in order. These are just shows I think are like preschool shows I think are good and not as much. Lazy Town's obvious. Like it's pretty obvious why I'd put Lazy Town in awesome. Like the memes and the songs and pretty much everything about Lazy Town is amazing. Like it's probably one of those shows that's objectively better than Paw Patrol. I just like Paw Patrol more personally. PJ Masks is one of the honestly PJ Masks is one of the better Paw Patrol clones in my opinion because Paw Patrol like ever since Paw Patrol started getting really popular, there was a lot of these shows that tried cashing in on it. And while most of them I don't have too much of a problem with, there are just some that no. PJ Masks is one of the actually good ones though. Uh, Puppy Dog Pals. A lot of people say Puppy Dog Pals is a ripoff of Paw Patrol, but I don't see it that way. I see it as Disney's interpretation of Paw Patrol because there's actually a lot of differences between it and Paw Patrol, aside from them both being CGI and them both being about rescue dogs that talk. But if you look beyond that, there's actually a lot of differences. One of the things I actually like about it more than Paw Patrol is the fact that quite a few songs, while Paw Patrol doesn't have as many. Uh, Sesame Street. I put Sesame Street. I haven't actually watched that much Sesame Street as a kid or anything like that, or in general. Actually, I just put it in awesome because it's Sesame Street. Like you can't hate Sesame Street. It's Sesame Street. You can't hate it. Team Umizoomi, like Team Umizoomi might seem weird to put with the others in awesome, but because its educational value is a little like questionable, but compared to something like Number Blocks or I don't know Numberjacks. Actually, Numberjacks isn't really that good at bad example, but the songs on the show just masterpieces. I love them so much. They're just so underrated, so amazing. I just love their songs a lot. Yeah, expect me to rush through a lot of the ones like pre-Thomas because I already did this once and I don't want to do it again. I don't want to have to do it again. Webzy, about the same as Team Umizoomi, except it has more songs and more educational value. It's pretty much a slightly better version of Umizoomi. Yeah, I put these both. Yeah, I'd probably go Paw Patrol, Puppy Dog Pals, Lazy Town, Sesame Street, like all three of them together. Uh, PJ Masks, the two Wild Krat shows, like the two Krat Brother shows, Wubsy, and then Team Umizoomi. So, okay, pretty good and nice. Both of these have a lot of shows I grew up with in them. Muppet Babies I didn't actually grow up with. It's just a show that I watched a few clips of on YouTube. It's pretty cute looking. I think it's cute. Sophia, I'd probably put an awesome if I watched more of it. Yeah, Sophia, for some reason, I didn't actually watch that much of Sophia the First. I don't know why. I just, but from what I have seen, it's pretty good. I'd probably put it in awesome if I did. Doc McStuffins, again, another show I might revisit sometime. It'd probably stay in pretty good though, because I don't know, just personal opinion, I guess. The Backyardigans is where like the ones where I grew up with. Yeah, there's a lot of stuttering in this video. Jeez. Backyardigans is probably where the stuff I grow up with starts, because Backyardigans, like it was really good. Like it has a lot of like cute characters. The songs are pretty good, and it also has a few memes. Like the one where it's like Pablo, like the one Pablo goes into the cowboy station is like, what's a man got to do here to get some apple juice? And then just chaos. Yeah, that's funny. George. Um, Curious George was all right. I never really had any big actually, should I put Curious George lower? Nah, I'm gonna keep it the same. Should I? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it the same because I don't know. Blue's Clues again. It's one of those shows you can't hate. Same with Tom. Actually, you should probably get Thomas out of the way now because I don't want to talk about it for like 2 minutes straight. Thomas, as to why it's not like S tier. Thomas. Yeah, of course I like Thomas. It was one of those shows you can't hate. There's like lots of memes and lots of good things about it. But the thing with Thomas is that I always found it to be a little not boring per se, because calling Thomas boring is like triggering like an entire community of people. So, but I always just found it to be less interesting than some of these other shows, in my opinion. I know that's a hot take. I know that I'm probably gonna get like a million hate comments from the Thomas fandom, like, "Oh, you hate Thomas," but I don't hate Thomas. I just find it to be less interesting than some of the other shows. Anyway, Little Einsteins I grew up with. Watched a bit of Bob the Builder. Bubble Guppies I probably also put in awesome with Sophia if I watched more of it. Wonder Pets is another show I grew up with. Uh, this Wonder Pets is probably another one of the lower ones because the songs. I think there's only actually one song in Wonder Pets, isn't there? Actually, I think there's two. Like there's a little jingle at the in every that's plays in every episode, and the theme song. There might be a credit song too. I don't remember. I haven't watched Wonder Pets in years, so I wouldn't know. Now we can move on to noise, like the noise section, like noise, like shows that aren't good. I mean, not good. They are good, but some of them are even great. But they're just shows that are good, but they're not as good as some of the ones I like. Uh, Jake in the Neverland. Again, Jake is probably another show that would probably be higher if I watched more of it. I think I think uh I watched like a DVD of it once, but other than that, nothing really. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse gets way too much hate, in my opinion. Like, the show's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the best educational value, and I guess it can be a little too repetitive sometimes, but come on, it's a show for kids. It's not. I get that the "it's for kids" argument is like, oh, it's for kids. Well, that's not an excuse, and for the most part, I agree. But not every show is gonna be like freaking Steven Universe, guys. That'd be boring. We need some shows like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse every once in a while, just to spice things up. Handy Mandy, are probably Handy Mandy is also actually the thing about. Hold on, I think I skipped Super Y. I skipped Super Y. Oh no. Poor Super Y. Hold on. Yeah, Handy Mandy and Super Y are about the same, in my opinion. I just like Super Y a little more. The thing about like Umizoomi, Handy Mandy, and Super Y though about all three of them is that a lo- is that they look like Paw Patrol clones, but they're not. Because they look like they'd be Paw Patrol clones, but they actually um came before Paw Patrol, which is interesting because a lot of these shows uh are trying to copy Paw Patrol, but well, not copy, like copy everything they do. I know there are some shows like that, but copy their style. Things like Thomas Season 25, which isn't on the list, by the way. Uh, or what else is there? Like, I don't know, Blaze, which we're actually going to get to in a moment. For now, though, Arthur. I never watched that much Arthur, but the memes are pretty funny, and there's all there's also I'd probably put Arthur higher if it wasn't for DW, because DW kind of dragged the show down for me a little. But other than that, yeah, Arthur's pretty good. Blaze. Blaze is probably where the Paw Patrol clones started getting really, really noticeable. Or did Blaze come out the same year as Paw Patrol? I don't remember. Like, I don't know when Blaze came out, but still, like Blaze, it's pretty good. It's not like as good as like PJ Masks or I almost said Super Y, but uh, yeah, Blaze is all right. Uh, I find the characters to be cute, which is actually kind of impressive considering they're all monster trucks. But yeah, because like Paw Patrol made like a second show called Mighty Express, and their character designs are just they're scary. I don't know how anyone could watch like Mighty Express unironically. It's just a Paw Patrol clone and just Paw Patrol clone made by Paw Patrol, which is weird. It's just weird and creepy and yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, enough about that show. Clifford. Clifford's good. It's another show I grew up with. Same with Diego. I always found Diego to be a lot more interesting than Dora, which is why it's in Noise. Maggie and the again, another show I grew up with. Dragon Tales is the same. I actually don't. Did I grow up with the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh? I don't think I did actually. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in. I haven't seen that much because I don't actually think. I think I just put it in good because it was Winnie the Pooh, but I think that's actually referring to a certain show, and I haven't watched it, so yeah. Anyway, Bear the Same Bear. These three shows are pretty much all the same. They're just shows I grew up with that just made up my childhood. Yeah, decent. Now we move on to decent. Yo Gabba Gabba. Oh boy. Yo Gabba Gabba. I would have put the show higher. Like, I'd probably put it in like pretty good if it didn't scare me as a child. Yeah, I used to be absolutely horrified of Yo Gabba Gabba when I was a kid. I mean, it's fine now. Like, there's nothing coherently wrong with it. But, well, I mean, there is one bit. Like, it's probably on the same level as, like, Puppy Dog Pals or not Puppy Dog Pals, like Team Umizoomi or Super Y. But the thing about it is, like, this this red chicken nugget right here, Muno, like, he's absolute nightmare fuel. I don't know who in their right mind, like, decided to make I don't know who came up with Muno, but whoever did, I like I have to ask, are they proud of themselves? Like the guy who made Muno, are they proud of themselves? Because Muno like gives kids nightmares. Like Number Block One, like Number Block One, Muno is her demented cousin. Like I don't know who would honestly find Muno cute or interesting. I mean, I guess his personality kind of makes up for it, but still. Anyway, enough about how Muno gave me nightmares. Let's talk about Oso. Oso's it's pretty good, I guess. It's not a Paw Patrol clone because I think it was another one that looks like a Paw Patrol clone, but it came out before. But I always never found it to be as good as some of these other shows, in my opinion. But it's still decent. You want to know something funny? Dora and Friends, I always found more interesting than the actual Dora show, which is interesting because because like when your spin-off is more intriguing than the actual show. That's a sign you're kind of doing something wrong. Pokio, um, it- or Pokio. I don't know how you spell it. Pocoyo. Did I say it right? Okay, I think I said it right. Pocoyo. I always found to be like again, it's a pretty adorable show. I like the background music in this show, but I always found it to be a little boring too. So yeah, it's kind of like Teletubbies, but I guess the music and I guess Pocoyo is kind of like Teletubbies, but it actually has educational value, which is uh which is something. Max and Ruby actually probably would have went lower if it wasn't for the later seasons because Max and Ruby Max and Ruby is a really it can get like the earlier seasons could get a little strange like especially Ruby because she was surprisingly bossy in some episodes, not like Peppa or God forbid Caillou levels of bossy, but she could get surprisingly rude in some episodes, and some of the facial expressions were creepy in the later seasons. Like there was always just something off about Max and Ruby. I'm not sure what. Like the earlier seasons, the later ones are fine, but there's just something a little off about it. Like it's one of those shows that the older you get, the weirder you realize the more you realize how weird it is. Yeah, Martha. I haven't watched Martha in like a decade, so I wouldn't know much about it. I just put it in decent because from what I remember, it's all right, but don't quote me on that. Now, mediocre Teletubbies. It, it's Teletubbies isn't as bad as some people say it is. It's just brainless. That's what it is. Like it's not god awful, but it's just it's nothing. It's a nothing show. Dora, I actually feel really bad for Dora. I'm not gonna lie. Like Dora gets way too much hate, in my opinion. Yeah, Dora. Yeah, they have those long, dragging voices, and the educational value is extremely questionable. But honestly, come on, it's harmless. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I guess it's annoying a little, but it's harmless. Like the objects are probably the best characters, by the way. Uh, Barney, again, another one, in my opinion, that gets way too much hate. Like pretty much the same reason as Dora. Like long speeches. Like people think it's annoying. Which I actually heard though some rumors that the later seasons of Barney are not as bad, which is interesting because maybe I'll look into that sometime. Now for the shows we don't really like. I mean Peppa's pretty obvious. I mean she's pretty much Diet Caillou. She's not nearly as bad as Caillou, but she still can be really aggravating to watch sometimes. Uh, Now, this one probably interests you the most. Corn and Peg. What's Corn and Peg? I haven't watched much of Corn and Peg that much, but from what I have seen, like the songs are, like they're all like these weird rap themes, and they always have these overly loud voices that are like screaming into the well, not screaming into the mic. That's more of Dora's job actually, but there's just something about it that just makes me cringe a little. Not like the bad cringe where it's like, cringe culture. Cringe culture can go die, but like 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 the basic everyday type of cringe. Like it's probably one of those shows that I won't like at first, but the more I watch it, I might get a little attached to it. I think Paw Patrol was actually that way, but like I thought it was gonna be awful when I first watched Paw Patrol, but the more I watched it, the more I actually grew attached to it. I don't think I nearly attached to Corn and Peg as much as something like Paw Patrol, but not in a million years. But eh, it it'd probably go in mediocre or even decent if I watched enough of it, but from what I've seen on YouTube, it's a little, it's just cringy for now. It's obvious where Caillou gets his own spot because Caillou's the worst. Caillou's just the worst. He throws tantrums. Okay, rant. Caillou is the worst. Caillou throws tantrums. Caillou, like, Caillou makes is a bad influence on children, and the worst part about Caillou isn't actually the things he did in the show. The worst part of Caillou is that he formed one of the worst fandoms I've ever seen. Caillou gets grounded. Like, so toxic. So, I used to be part of the Go Animate craze, like back in 2017. I didn't actually make any videos with Go Animate, but I watched a lot of Go Animate videos and made grounded videos. Well, I made like one thing kind of resembling a grounded video. It was like a Marshall like beating up Dora. I don't know why. Not like beating up. It was all images, but anyway, Caillou. Yeah, you can go die in a hole. I don't care. All these shows I haven't really watched much of or just don't know at all. Uh, and yes, I find it a crime that I never watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Find it an absolute crime. Maybe I should start watching it soon. I've heard that it's like really, really good. I should probably like watch it sometime. And these ones are ones I only know through memes. JJ the Jet Plane, Nihao Kailan, and Sid the Science Kid. Nihao Kailan, actually. I actually did watch Nihao Kailan, but I put it in the meme section because of the ho-ho meme. Like, he's making fists with his hands, and his face is all scrunched up. Okay. Anyway, that's the last piece, I guess.